What's going on, guys? It's Mr. A. I'm back with another video. This one really caught my interest, and I wanted to see what it's all about.
There's a really interesting trend at the moment of very attractive women complaining that men are no longer approaching them. And I find this absolutely fascinating. So,
I mean, you got what you asked for, right? I mean, for like more than a decade, you guys have been complaining that, oh, I don't like it when men approach me. I don't like it when men talk to me over here. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want men to approach me. And it's like, yeah, okay. We were like, okay, fine. We're not going to approach anymore. That's what you ladies wanted, right? So now that you do have that, you're like, well, why aren't men approaching us? Why aren't men catcalling or flirting with us? Because at the end of the day, you guys want compliments. You guys want confirmation that you're pretty and beautiful and attractive and whatnot. And you just can't. You can't live without without that confirmation, right? Well, a lot of guys, they don't get any compliments in, like, they might get a few in their entire lifetime, and because they're so few and they're so rare, they will remember each one of those compliments and who that compliment came from. It's fairly sad what happens to us men. And, like, yeah, you ladies, you wanted this, and we gave it to you, and now you're complaining about it. I don't understand why.
when I was
I
a young
mean, I kind of do understand why, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. Sorry.
man, I only plucked up the courage to actually just walk up to a random woman on the street once because she was really attractive and say, "Hey, would you like to go out?" She turned me down, right? Every other time,
Yeah, I mean, for myself, I usually would like have some sort of relationship with a girl that would happen from like a setting where we're like in close proximity together and we're like constantly meeting up. Like I remember that back in my university days, like in classes that we had, I would find a girl, like the girl would actually show interest in me first. She would send out signals. She would get my phone number, text me a little bit later, and stuff like that. I never really approached a girl myself. It was always them who initiated the interest or sent out the signals or whatever it was. I never really approached a woman on the street either. That's just really awkward. I mean, that's like a stranger. I don't even know who that person is. And just randomly going up to a girl and just talking to them and flirting with them and trying to get their number. That's not me, and I'm pretty sure that's not a whole lot of guys out there either. A whole lot of guys are not going to be doing that. It's way too awkward.
I might have got girlfriends or women who have been interested in me. They've basically come to me and sort of signaled to me that they're interested, and so frankly, I've
Yeah, pretty much the same for me too, and pretty much the same for a lot of guys. Because the girls gotta, you ladies, you gotta do something. You gotta show us that you have some interest. You gotta do your thing. I mean, I know it's a little weird. I know it's a little awkward, and you guys might have like some pride and some stuff going on there that makes you not want to make the first move. But honestly, we're like pretty blunt most of the time. So you ladies gotta give us something. You gotta give us something that shows that you are interested. Anyways,
never been the sort of like walk up to a girl and just start chatting her up type. But most of the time, women will signal when they are interested in you, and you just if you're interested back, you can pick it up and go from there. But I think that there is at least a certain kind of woman who enjoys the attention, right? Who likes to know.
yeah, absolutely, I agree. These women, they like the attention. I mean, all this like makeup, all this stuff that women do to like increase their level of attractiveness, their level of physical appeal. I mean, they do want some confirmation that they did a good job on themselves. They want some validation. They want to feel beautiful. Looking beautiful is one thing, but feeling beautiful is another thing. So I think that that's mainly why these women are complaining that they're not getting catcalled, they're not getting flirted with. Because really, they just want validation that they are beautiful. And the thing is, a lot of girls around them might already tell them that they're beautiful, that they're already attractive and pretty and stuff like that. But with girls, those compliments are just so much that after a little while, each one of those compliments, they lose meaning and they lose value, right? Because if there's someone around you who's constantly like telling you, "Oh my God, you're so pretty, you're so wonderful, you're so beautiful, everything is perfect, everything perfect about you, and everything is all right, and everything is great about you, and you're amazing," all that stuff after a certain point, it loses value, it loses its meaning because it's so much. And getting that validation and confirmation from like men is definitely a better like it definitely feels better for them in my opinion. So yeah, I think that's the reason why some of these girls are complaining. Let's say
that actually she is an attractive woman, and she's flattered by men making the effort and, well, as this woman says, catcalling her. Let's listen.
Tell me why every day I go out looking adorable, tits bouncing, skin glistening, and yet nobody ever hits on me or approaches me. Ever. Oh my God, like please. I'll take a fucking construction worker catcall at this point.
So, now there are many people who are saying, well, and this is another video of the woman in the orange dress here. Again, very attractive women, and men are just...
I mean, yeah, that pretty much said all I needed to say. I mean, these women, they're not necessarily interested in having a relationship. Like this first girl, what did she just say? She said that she would actually take a construction worker or random person to just flirt with them. Why she's saying that is because she wants validation that she's pretty. She's not necessarily going to be interested in having a relationship with a construction worker. Because you see how belittling her tone was when she said, "I would take a freaking construction worker." Like, even though those guys really do hard work, they do a whole lot of physical labor that a lot of us guys might not do in our whole lifetime. And it's like, yeah, she was so like, yeah, I'm saying that, yeah, these girls, they're looking for validation. They're not looking for an actual relationship. I know for a fact that if that construction worker were to flirt with them and to make them feel pretty make them feel pretty and make them feel good about themselves, at the end of the day, they will still reject that construction worker. So, yeah.
It's not approaching them. And they're becoming frustrated by it. And as Con here points out, many women, not all of them, spent the majority of the 2010s bitching about rape culture and misogyny and catcalling and Me Too, and now mad that young men aren't comfortable approaching them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, growing up, really, that's all we saw. Just women online complaining about getting approached, complaining about getting harassed and all that stuff. And just the false accusations, they're pretty terrifying. Like, I'm a Gen Z man myself, and hearing about all those different like accusations and all those false allegations, they're pretty terrifying. And I don't ever want that to happen to me. That's why I'm very reluctant when it comes to approaching women and just talking to them randomly. It's not safe for us. It's absolutely not safe. And I can understand why a whole lot of men aren't really interested in doing that, because these ladies, they have a lot of power. And you never know what they're really capable of doing if they choose to actually do it. So, yeah, it's pretty terrifying for us.
You create the problem. I don't think it's just young men, although I think the age thing is an interesting question. Because, I mean, this woman looks like she's in her early 20s, and, well, do men in their early 20s actually spend a lot of time dating anyway? It seems that a lot of Gen Z are quite shy, introverted, not great at approaching one another.
You can thank the pandemic for that.
And, I mean, not entirely their fault. Probably a lot due to social media and the internet and the fact that they've got phones, so they don't have to actually go up and personally involve themselves. And they seem to have been losing the customs on how to show someone that they're interested
Yeah. Let's
is
skip ahead a little bit.
there's definitely an
I mean, what he says is kind of true. I mean, when it comes to relationships, no one really has answers for you. You kind of just have to figure it out all on your own. The best dating advice that I've ever heard is never take any kind of dating advice from anyone because nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody understands what they're doing. Every person is different. Every person has been raised in a different environment. They they approach conversations and interactions differently. So you kind of just have to figure it out on your own when you're in a relationship with someone. And yeah, a lot of people, they just have no idea how they ended up with a partner. They have no idea how they made things work. They just kind of did it without any kind of guidelines. So that's the thing with us too. We kind of have to figure that whole thing out. But the problem right now is the greatest risk for us men is no longer just the rejection. The worst thing that she can say is no, no, that's not the worst thing she can do. That's not the worst thing. There's far worse things than that now. And that's the reason why a lot of men, they no longer want to approach. They don't want to approach at school. They don't want to approach at universities. They don't want to approach at work. Absolutely not at work. So, yeah, man, we just don't want to approach anymore because it's really scary what these women are capable of.
Atmosphere that was created by the feminism of the 2010s. And this, I think, genuinely has had effects. I mean, Me Too, the hysteria about catcalling and misogyny and rape culture and all that sort of stuff. You can say thanks to Anita Sarkeesian, who herself probably been catcalled 1 or 2 times. She's not hideous, but who had to marry herself incidentally. And now these women are feeling the effects of it. That's definitely an issue. And there are lots of women all over the place. It's not just like the odd TikTok video. Like this one here. I'm wondering if guys still approach women they don't know but are attracted to, or this basically never happens anymore. I, as a woman, don't get approached while walking the street in the grocery store, etc. Men seem to like me at work and on dating apps, but the approach thing from strangers just doesn't happen. And what's really funny is they're going through this and being like,
I mean, to be fair, you have to have a certain level of social aptitude to be able to like handle a conversation with a random stranger that you're physically interested in. Like, yeah, that social aptitude, a lot of men don't necessarily possess that. They don't know how to like start that conversation. They don't know how to like carry it forward and how to keep it going. Like, you definitely do require a certain level of social aptitude for that. And a lot of guys, they just don't have very active social circles. They are lonely most of the time. They don't necessarily know what to say a lot of the times. And, like, yeah. Even if they were to approach you, they actually would have to know what to say and how to make you interested as well. Like, they gotta make you laugh. They gotta make you have some fun in the conversation. And a lot of guys, they just don't necessarily have the right skill set to be able to do that. So, yeah, that's another problem here. The reason why they don't is because they obviously don't get a lot of opportunities to practice. They don't, like I said, have very active social circles. And they just don't know. They don't know what to do. And like I said, the risk is too high. So why do something you don't have any practice with where the results could be very harmful and very devastating for your, ego or like self-confidence in the future. So yeah.
happen. And what's really funny is they're going through this and being like, maybe we need to have some sort of social.
Oh yeah. Maybe it's time to practice dropping a handkerchief. Okay. Yeah, you gotta get some signals first. If a girl is interested, the best thing she can do is just keep on looking at you, like keep staring at you, and then smile, and that's it. I feel like that would be a good signal for me to just go up to someone and talk to them. And I think that would be a good signal for anyone, to be honest. Just stare at them and smile a little bit and look away, but then look back and smile, and yeah, that could work. But yeah, a lot of women, they don't actually want to do that either because they got way too much pride. They just want to be the prize that should be earned, not to be easily like given to anyone. It's just yeah. A lot of women, they don't want to do that, but I feel like they should. They should start doing that. They should start. That's pretty much what they've always been doing. Like certain women have always been like the ones who are comfortable sending out the first signal or inviting the guy on a date rather than waiting for him to make the first move or anything like that. Women should definitely take more initiate these days. They should definitely like make the first move, send out the first signal, stuff like that.
Your signal, like dropping a handkerchief, see if the guy's interested. And there was someone in this thread. I was reading through it before I started recording this. They're like, yeah, but what if the guy doesn't pick it up? That'd be devastating, absolutely devastating. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, the whole smiling thing, just staring at someone and just smiling at them, then looking away, then looking back and just smiling again. I feel like that would be a pretty telling sign. But yeah, you can always like DM the guy. You can always like text him and talk to him and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like women should be way more direct with their interests. They shouldn't be indirect because we're not going to be picking up on that stuff. You got to be direct. We're blunt. We're dumb. We need some direct signals. Okay.
I can't find the thing, but okay, yeah, it would, but at least it wouldn't be like obvious. At least you could play it off as if, oh, I just dropped that. I didn't mean to drop it. I wasn't trying to signal. But anyway, so yeah, you've got like other videos of women who are just trying to think of ways to get guys to approach them, because again, like I think for a lot of women, it's not necessarily that they are, actually they want loads of guys to be hitting on them. But what I think it is just for them to feel secure about themselves, and also gives them something interesting to say about the night. Like it gives them a social status over other women.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Like what I mentioned earlier, they want validation, they want confirmation that they're beautiful, so they can feel good about themselves and feel like they're better than other girls around them. They want to be better than other girls, so that's one way for them to feel validated and feel better. So, yeah.
These two are talking about incidentally. It gives them sort of like, it's a story, right? That they can tell their friends and say, oh, yeah, this guy approached me, oh my god, he was this, he was that, whatever. But also it reassures them. Oh, right.
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Don't generally firsthand. And so the strategy, still potential mates, what's this?
The dating scene is getting so bad in New York City that I am seeing on TikTok there are girls going into Midtown during the week and stealing Finance Bros salads for lunch. And
oh wow. Okay, let's see why they're doing that.
then looking their name up from the salad order on LinkedIn and then messaging them through there and being like, hey, oh my god, so sorry, I grabbed your salad.
So they're literally committing petty crimes in order to get guys. Okay, when I say send more direct signals, you don't need to do all this stuff. You really don't. Oh my god, that is literally a crime. You're stealing from someone. Jeez, oh my god.
Like, let me just make it up to you and buy you a new one. And that's how they're like sliding it, which honestly,
I mean, to be honest, LinkedIn these days has slowly turned into a new dating app. You would find other professionals. You would find like different people with like great professions, great careers that they've had. You'd see their resume. You'd see how long they've been working on that stuff. And you would find your like match career-wise. It's weird. Like LinkedIn has slowly turned into a dating app. What a weird time are we living in these days, man.
smart. Why are we stealing men's salads? Like, why can't they just come up to us at a bar? Like, why is it getting to this point?
Okay, that's what she's really complaining about. Like, guys not approaching him and dating him. And they have to like commit felonies in order to like get them. What? Oh, jeez. Okay.
Men, just please step up, or your salad's gonna fucking get taken. Your lunch is gonna get taken every week. Like, seeing girls get so creative these days, like, they're making bracelets with their phone numbers on them and giving them to you guys at the bars. They are taking pictures of you sneakily and then being like, hey, oh my god, making it their phone screen, and being like, hey, can you take a picture of me and my friends so you can see that your picture is their home screen? All just different ways to try to talk to you guys, because you guys don't come up to us in New York City, and it's crazy.
Okay, some of that was weird.
Yeah, it definitely was super weird. Oh my god. You don't have to be that creative when it comes to this. I mean, kudos to those ladies. I mean, those are some very creative ways to like get a guy to talk to you, but I feel like that's super unnecessary. You don't have to do that. Like I said, just a smile. That's enough for us. Oh my god. A bracelet with their phone number. They make that bracelet themselves. Oh my god. No. No, this is not right. You ladies, you need to be more direct. Oh my god.
If I talked to a woman and she had my picture as her phone screen, I'd be like, "What the hell's happening, man?"
Yeah, that's kind of creepy, actually. You just talk to someone and then they take out their phone, they pop it open and they log on and it's your photo right there. That's super weird and creepy.
It's just like some sort of weird, creepy Truman Show thing. But there we go. I mean, that is clever and creative. Oh, I took your salad by accident, blah, blah, blah. But this is what I mean. Like, women will signal that they're interested. Worry about coming off as creepy. And so
Half of single men avoid interacting with women out of fear of being seen as creepy. So yeah, 45% of men have apparently not approached a woman in the past year. That's a steady. Wait, hold on. Did you know that 53%? Oh my god, I thought it was 45%. 53% of single men don't approach women because they're scared of coming off as creepy. This means that single women are going to have to step up their game to make the first move. I mean, yeah, you definitely should. You definitely should. It doesn't look like things are going to be getting any better. I mean, from what I remember, that stat used to be 45%. Now it's 53%. And yeah, this is not getting any better. You ladies, you have got to make the first move from this point on. You don't need to get more creative. You don't need to step up your game or anything like that. Just smile. Just look at us as smile. We'll pick up on it. Don't worry about that.
it's like, well, there's the whole problem with feminism
Okay.
is that, I mean, there are lots of problems with feminism, but one of the main issues with feminism and why most women are not feminists, right? I remember back in like 2014 or whatever, the feminists were like 80% of women agree with gender equality, and yet only like 10% of women call themselves feminists. Why? And it's because feminism contains within it a dark animus against men as men. They hate men. And they actually seek to destroy men. They seek to unseat.
Yeah, there are some radical feminists out there where there's quite a lot of them actually. Women who have basically, I don't know. I don't want to talk about that right now. Like I said, these are just the first videos that I'm creating for my channel. I don't want to get too political with that stuff. And I think I'm going to stop it right here. I don't want to criticize feminism too much right off the bat. Yes, there's a whole lot of problems with it. There's a whole lot of man-hating in it. And yeah, like I said, going back to this whole thing, I feel like, yeah, a lot of women, they definitely need to approach first because they created this system. They wanted to be safe. They didn't want all men to approach them. They wanted to like go out there, have a good time for themselves and not get bothered by any men. And we are listening to that. That's why we're not approaching you. We don't want to make you uncomfortable. A lot of good men, a lot of decent men don't want to make you uncomfortable. And they're trying to be decent. That's why they don't approach you. So if you're upset about that, you got to make the first move. And if you don't want to make the first move, then good luck to you. I don't know what's going to happen to you. You're probably going to be alone for a very long time, but yeah, just good luck. Either make the first move or just, good luck. Anyways, if you like this type of content, remember to subscribe, remember to like, and yeah. See you in the next one, guys.